Hey now! What's up, everybody? My name is Mike Brown, aka ReviewKingMB, and I am here to review a movie that I've been requested to review for quite some time by quite a few different people, so I'm finally getting to it. The Matrix! The Matrix is the movie that came out in the year 1999. It was written and directed by the Wachowski brothers at the time, and the plot is we meet Neo. Neo is played by Keanu Reeves, and in one sense, he's just this guy who works at an office job, but he also has a hobby where he's a computer hacker, and he's breaking all types of laws doing these things, and he starts to get chased by these agents. And at first he thinks it's just because of this until he meets this character, Morpheus, played by Lawrence Fishburne, who explains to him, no, this is something bigger. This is a lot bigger. And in fact, you're the one who could possibly be the one to save humanity from this ongoing war going on. Wow. Now what I think of The Matrix is I really enjoy this film. In fact, my relationship with The Matrix is quite interesting because at the time when this came out, 1999, like I said, I was 10, maybe 11 years old, and I remember seeing this as a kid, watched it quite a few times, and I loved it. I thought it was cool and all of this stuff, but I haven't seen it in years, to be honest. It's been quite some time. So rewatching it now, I can't believe that I would have understood half of what was going on in this movie. There's so much going on here, so many ideas. As a kid, I must have just been like, hey, I love the parts when they're in the Matrix and all of the action scenes happen. But let's talk about some of the story, the characters. We have Keanu Reeves as Neo, the One. I really like Keanu Reeves as this character. He's an interesting choice, especially when you find out that originally Will Smith was supposed to play this part, but he turned it down to do, what was it? The Wild Wild West? Yeah, good job. But not just that, you had Brad Pitt, Val Kilmer, Nicolas Cage, hell, even Johnny Depp was all courted to play this part, but for whatever reason, it didn't happen. So Keanu Reeves comes in, and I like that he's here not just because it would be a very different movie with somebody else doing this part, but he's viable, he's believable. Maybe at the time people didn't think he was a good actor. I just think that this was one of the first movies that he proved himself. He proved he could carry a film like this with this much going on. At the beginning, him reacting to the craziness, the freneticness going on until he finally does start to grow as a character, become that one that he's supposed to be. I like it. Lawrence Fishburne as Morpheus is just as fascinating. I like how he is the trainer of sorts. He's the wise man. He's the one who shows Neo how to handle the Matrix, how it all works, the inner workings. And he's a leader that you grow to love. He's not a hard ass, he's not a dick at any moment. When he's training Neo, you can tell that he's training him with care, that he cares about him and that he wants him to succeed. He's very patient. There's certain things that I remember about this movie when I was a kid, like rewatching it. I remember obviously the red pill, blue pill, or the kung fu training scene, or meeting Oracle, or the moment when Morpheus gets kidnapped and tortured, all of that, especially with how much you like Morpheus. Hurts and hurts. But let's talk about Carrie-Anne Moss as Trinity. There's something about Carrie-Anne Moss that I like a lot, just her as an actress or her playing this character, because you're in a movie or you're in a world where there's so much craziness going on. There's so many characters who know so much about the Matrix and the abilities and what they're capable of. But Carrie-Anne Moss is one of the few here who feels the most human. She's one of the most human type characters, so you instantly like her and her connection to Neo. Hugo Weaving as Agent Smith, he's one of the leader of these agents who are tracking them down in the Matrix, and they're very dangerous, very powerful. Hugo Weaving, maybe at the beginning you could say that, oh, all they are is just guys in suits who are chasing after them. But he becomes more interesting, especially towards the end, when you do find out his own personal goals and what he wants from the Matrix. Great actor too, playing a villain is perfect for him. But just what about the Matrix itself? This whole dimension, this world, this virtual atmosphere that the Wachowskis clearly made up themselves, or at least they borrowed from some stories and created their own new brand new thing. The Matrix was a phenomenon at the time, right? Not only story-wise, concept-wise, but technology-wise, special effects-wise. How many movies nowadays or years after this was influenced by the Matrix? Not only the black leather suits, but the action scenes, the special effects scenes, the bullet time moment that I swear is not only ripped off by a whole lot of other movies, but it's joked about, it's parodied by this point. But even rewatching it now, it's so badass. The moment when Neo realizes that he can bullet time and he's dodging bullets and it's all in slow motion, or even just the action scenes where it's in slow motion and there's gunfire going everywhere and the walls are being shot up, and it's shot beautifully. There's a lot to like about these action scenes and what they were able to do in 1999 with CGI or the effects. Again, there's a whole lot to appreciate in that sense. The fighting scenes, the action scenes, obviously they were well choreographed and well trained. And reading that Keanu Reeves, right before they shot this film, broke his neck, had neck surgery, but he insisted on doing the stunts himself. That's just crazy. It's insane. And again, it's more kudos to Reeves as an actor. But let's also talk about, like I was talking about, the special effects. Watching this movie now, you would think that it costs some upwards to $100 million or more, right? It's The Matrix. Of course it costs that much money. No. I looked up the budget, and it was only $63 million. And I'm not saying that's super, super cheap, but for this type of a film, for this much going on, for everything that was clearly put into this movie, it amazes me. It amazes me that they were able to make this for that much money, and that then it made almost $500 million. It's one of those films where you almost forget how good it is. You almost forget how original it was, creative it was. Maybe it's because I'm so down on the Wachowskis since this movie, because of how good this is and how creative they got, that you want to get that feeling again that you got with The Matrix, and you want to see something blow you out of the water like The Matrix did. There's a whole lot to like about this movie. In fact, I like this movie so much that I did not see the sequels. I have not seen the sequels until, well, after this. I'm going to watch them, I'm going to review them, and I've heard what I've heard about them. Hopefully, well, we'll see how that goes. Clearly, though, I very much enjoy this first Matrix movie. Let me know in the comments below, what do you think of this movie? Do you like it as much as I do? And please don't spoil the sequels, because I will get to them. Thanks for watching. And once again, let me know what you think of this film. Like, comment, subscribe. Later!